Bat Force Radio.
Bat Force Radio is rated M for mature, or should that be immature?
Grumps and Gramps, tons of laughs with Grumps and Gramps. Grumps and Gramps, tons of laughs with Grumps and Gramps. Grumps and Gramps, tons of laughs with Grumps and Gramps.
Yo, hello. This is Bat Force Radio coming at you with another episode of Grumps and Gramps, episode 35. This is going to be a live one tonight. This may be our most aggressive episode ever. It's going to get really grumpy, so just a warning right there.
Jeez, I didn't know we were live. No pressure.
We're not live, but
okay.
But it's going to be live.
It's going to be a live one.
Yeah. Let's introduce everybody. I'm Gramps from Dallas, Texas. Joining me is this guy.
Oop, wrong way.
That's you.
Grumps from New York City.
We got this guy from Dirty Jersey.
Believe.
And then we got Dunk.
What up?
Everything Batman.
It's like the
way over there, this guy, the handsome guy.
Hey, I don't have a slogan.
He's the Soundscape Crusader. My good buddy Levi. Thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here.
All right. Well, this is an episode. How do we begin this episode? This is an episode where
3 years in the making.
3 years in the making, and people have got some things that they need to say. So this past week, I think 3 of us got the 89 Mezco Batman. Steve is still processing.
I'm still processing, although my payment has processed a long time ago.
Okay. Dunk just sat this one out. He said, nope.
No stress over here, my friend.
So about 2 weeks ago, you started seeing people getting their figure. And this is a figure that originally went on sale, pre-sale, January of 2020. And we waited and we waited and we waited and we waited more. And we saw some preliminary versions at like New York Comic-Con and San Diego Comic-Con. And it looked like there were some changes to the body type. Looked like Mezco really hadn't figured out how they wanted to design this body. And then we heard nothing for so long. And then all of a sudden, about, 4 weeks ago, people started getting notices that it's going to start shipping, and the buzz started happening and everyone's getting real super excited. And we waited for, probably a couple more weeks. And then the deliveries started showing up on people's doorsteps. And
hold on.
Okay. What?
Some doorsteps.
There was some pictures. It looked like somebody was taking pictures of this thing under their grandmother's table. You know, it literally looked like it was on the floor and there was a tablecloth, and you know, people were like, "Oh, it looks like it only looks like that because it's not a good camera and the lighting is bad and blah blah blah." And that's just a load of crap. Like when you get it in hand, it is sort of ashy gray, right? Is that a correct assessment?
It is correct. They
Yeah,
shipped it with some kind of powdery residue.
yeah. To
Smilex.
to keep the whatever the body from breaking down or whatever it is. But
So
yeah,
this
there was some
I'm
early
sorry,
leaks.
this is a pure rubber suit, right? Because that was
Yeah,
from what I heard uh, from some people earlier that was one of the big QC issues, that they couldn't get the rubber suit right. But
yeah,
This
now
is
that you're saying that there's a powdery residue on there, which is kind of weird, but um,
well, they coded it and they put out this separate email talking about some FAQs about why and what this stuff is. Because these things sit in a warehouse and then they got to ship them across the ocean for God knows how long, months.
right.
And I guess the residue keeps the interior paper or anything kind of sticking to the figure. Okay, so that's what their explanation for that was. Okay, I can accept that.
Like the other silicone figures, if you've seen like those Viking body
yeah.
that you get.
Does anyone have any of those?
I don't. But
I have
I've
one, but
heard-
it has fabric over it now. So
Okay, I've never messed with them, and they have like an interior metal endoskeleton that literally has like, I don't know, rotors and hinges and things like
Yeah.
that.
It's pretty impressive. I mean, we see the level of articulation, but I definitely, like I was telling Grumps before, because we've seen these in the Mezco groups on Facebook, all of us, and it's so bizarre that someone would have the stones to rip that open at that cost and also at that level of weighting. But I guess it's it's an option to kind of understand what they do and maybe what the future is for their figures.
Well, it was always a concern whenever they first put it on sale that this is going to be a seamless body because his armor type, the way it looked in the movies, which I was like, I don't know if you really need to do that, because NECA had made a 7-inch scale version that, I mean, if they could have just stuck with that formula and maybe made their own changes with some sculpts, some different capes and things of that nature. But that NECA figure is the bar that, still stands amongst, 12-inch scale Keaton figures. But circling back around, people started getting their figures, and there were some hot opinions and a lot of reviews on YouTube. And, I was one of those optimists that was like, you know what? I mean, people are always mad about Mezco figures for some reason. I've never had a bad experience with them. I mean, they always look better and feel better and function better when I have them in my hand. And then mine arrived yesterday. And Grumps, his arrived today. And Levi, when he comes back, his arrived yesterday too. We were chatting back and forth about, today's the day. And
it's like Christmas.
all right, Levi, what was your first impression? Because you've had the most experience with like the Viking body and the metal endoskeleton.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm gonna be a lot more positive than the majority of the group. It feels to me very on par with what I've dealt with. I was trying to see if I could find because I have a Mezco Harley Quinn that snapped in half, just because those bodies were terrible. And what I did was I bought one of those nude Viking 1/12 scale figures, and I took the fabric off and put it back on over this fleshy body just to see what it what would work, made it like battle damaged and stuff. But it feels very similar to that. But I also was never really intending for this to be something that I would pose a lot. It was going to be more like I stick it on a shelf, posed, and have it basically be like a statue without seams, right? So that meets my expectations. I'm happy with the face sculpt. I think the likeness is very close compared to other things. And so, I mean, my expectations, I think, were a lot lower, and so that's probably why I'm fine with it. I will say though, yeah, posing is pretty difficult. Getting the joints to move, and you have to press harder than you're comfortable pressing to make it move. So it feels like you're gonna snap something. And the cape's a bitch, so. Yeah, so I guess that's my 3,000 foot overview thoughts on that.
Grumps, what were your first opinion? What is your first opinion?
To be honest, I don't disagree with Levi, right? Like, it's nice. It looks nice. It feels a little weird, but it's whatever. But my biggest gripes are like it can't do like basic movement.
Right.
Like when you talk about posing, I'm not asking to pose it. I just want the leg to be able to move forward out of the box, and it doesn't. Like from a static pose, it does not go forward. Like, it'll go out to the side, but it won't go forward. And you kind of have to manipulate it. And once you do manipulate it, good luck finding your way back to where you started at.
Right.
And the cape it's unnecessary to design this way that it's so difficult to get on. Like, I don't know who, like, how do you put this out in public?
Because the cape, okay, the figure has a magnetic head. For those watching this, the figure has a magnetic head.
Which we had with the Supreme Knight, correct?
Right, which is a really cool design because it allows you to quickly interchange between a wired cape and a drop cape that doesn't have wires. So, and with this head sculpt, Keaton couldn't move his neck, so it made a lot of sense. And let me get it on camera there. So that you've got this metal or magnet right here, but the neck joint is this plastic clasp, and the cape has a plastic ring around it that you've got to manipulate to put on the cape.
And there's a lot of fabric under that collar.
Yeah.
Now, I'll be honest, I got so frustrated with this thing just trying to get its legs to move last night. I just put it in the box. I haven't even tried the cape yet. But I'm wondering, I mean, can you heat up the ring around the cape to kind of make it a little loose? And it didn't work?
Didn't work.
Oh, no. Okay.
The main problem I had with it was the fabric. The plastic itself, I didn't have trouble.
Yeah.
But the fabric kept bunching up around the body.
Yeah.
Or the neck, whatever you would call it.
Right.
And that's where the issue came in for me. I will say, I think if you bend the knee first and then pull the thigh forward, it's a little easier when you're manipulating his legs.
Yeah, somehow I got mine locked where one leg is shorter than the other. And yeah, so when I stand him up, he's kind of weird. So I've got to get in there and kind of figure out the joint.
A Rubik's Cube.
Dude, Dunk, you're the wisest man here because you didn't order this. Now, there was a guy on a Facebook group. His name's Brian Wiggingroth. He actually had his figure leg break. I think he was maybe trying to pose it, and one of the hinges or joints popped. So he just went ahead and cut up the rubber suit to show that endoskeleton, and that's what it looks like. And
That's actually really helpful too. Just
it
seeing
is.
the
Yeah, I mean, because I can see the joints, and now I can understand the figure a little better. It kind of looks like one of those Terminators. But yeah, that's actually been pretty helpful to me with understanding how to try to get it to pose.
It's pretty impressive just to look at. You can definitely just study this for a while. You just see especially like in the legs. I can see how Grumps said that it wouldn't move forward and it eases to the side because it looks like these joints the plates are very stiff.
It's the hips. The hips are yeah.
It could probably hold a really good gliding pose where he's kicking forward, but I can see you really have to kind of manipulate. And it looks like above the knee, there's this other shaft that gives it some space for the thigh. So, yeah, it's kind of...
the arms are fine.
And a whole bunch of ball joints, so it doesn't look like it'll actually ever break, but because the ball joints will prevent that. But it is pretty crazy to look at.
But on mine, it's the hips. I can't. I've done something with one of them that I can't get it to unlock, and it's weird. Like Levi said, you feel uncomfortable trying to move it because you feel like it's going to break. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, this is metal. This is not a piece of plastic, so I can get a little rougher with it. But at the same time, I'm like, man, this is a lot of money to break if it goes. And the cost of this, what was it, like $130 from Mezco, plus you pay $17 in shipping, so you got almost $150 right there
in 3 years.
Yeah, you have to really massage the hips and like feel, like press on the silicone or whatever it is and maneuver the joints like as you're holding it versus just lightly doing it like you normally would with the action figure. So it's different. It's very different.
Is the Fiken female body the same way? I mean, was it tough like that?
Yeah. Let me see if I can grab it real quick.
Okay.
That's the thing. I'm not understanding what is keeping the legs from moving like in a regular motion.
But as far as the head sculpt, I mean, these are near perfect head sculpt.
Yeah.
That's the one thing making me keep this figure.
I mean, and you're also getting 4 of them, which is
you're getting 4 of them. The fourth one is this wonky derp-eyed guy that has like a lever in the back to make his eyes move, and mine has a sticky eye. So when I move the little thing back here, one eye moves and the other kind of moves, so he kind of goes cross-eyed.
That's when he wants to get nuts. Thank you.
Oh, that was good. The accessories are really cool. It comes with some things that are really kind of confusing. Obviously, one of the things that's very confusing is this little silver square piece. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is, Grumps?
I don't. Well, we gotta ask Tom.
Oh, okay. And it comes with the famous ninja star that for some reason is included in like almost every Keaton action figure. Somebody said it was from a deleted scene. I didn't,
delete this figure.
Tom may know more.
Tom's in the backstage.
Oh, there he is.
Someone put his entrance music on.
Oh, yes. All right, Tom.
I want you to do me a favor.
Welcome to the beatdown.
I know. I figured after seeing Grumps' video and chatting.
Yeah, he just pulled that out.
Hold on. Explain this to me. Like who decided this would be better than this?
I was gonna say I've never seen that logo in any Batman
It's
promo,
just like,
any Keaton promo.
why?
Laziness.
This is something that's confused
probably
me.
a WB call.
This is something that's confused me since I was 12, 13 years old when this movie came out. His chest symbol is different. It's kind of got some feet on it, right? At the bottom. But they use in the movie poster the classic Batman symbol. So why do they have two, Tom?
It was Warner Brothers at some point. It's in one of the documentaries somewhere, but mostly for promotional purposes. Like they think that the symbol that you see in like the promo stuff for the posters and all that, it translates more like with the already existing logo and the logo on his chest in the movie. That was done first, and when they went to go start marketing, they were like, "That looks." It's funny because there was a couple of the producers that they couldn't see it. It was almost like a one of those posters that you see where it's like two images and you have to cross your eyes to see it. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people didn't see the bat symbol. It looked like a blank space with like teeth, almost like a mouth. And so that was like the worry is that like people are going to see that, immediately see a bat symbol. They're going to see the black space as like an opening rather than the yellow being the kind of like background. So they switched it so it was much easier to see the bat symbol, which was kind of like already a variation of the comics and stuff.
Okay. All right, Tom. First impression when you open this figure up, what'd you think?
So when the first thing that caught my attention was Grumps had already mentioned it. So I went in, I wasn't able to go in blind because I already saw all the comments online. This is like the most commented figure I feel like I had seen. It was infiltrating not just like action figure people, but like just your casual collector. But the packaging was like super underwhelming in my opinion. I was surprised that there was like no window, like some of the other figures that had like the little magnet with the fold open flap, and you see like the presentation. Yeah, it was like, man, they all right. So it's a small. It was like the Nightmare Batman, very small, very like limited, and then you open it up, and that's what Grumps mentioned. He's like, man, the packaging is like nothing. I'm like, oh, I didn't notice that. I'd also seen that people were complaining about the dust on it. But what first caught my attention is when I opened up the figure and I looked at it. The first thing I realized was this company has gone maybe too far in the direction of screen accuracy, where I don't know who like designed it, but they were going after what the actual suit looks like when it's not on film, but like the actual suit. Like if you go to see this suit on display at Warner Brothers, if you look at the behind the scenes photos, the suit looks kind of shitty, because there's like this texture on it. It's like rubber, it's heavy, it looks like immobile, and that's what it was. So this figure is very much like that. So when I saw it, I was like, okay, this is kind of cool if you know that, but if you're an action figure guy, I knew immediately. I looked at it, I took it out, I started holding it. I'm like, the guys who are action figure guys are gonna fucking hate this because this is it's so hard to articulate. It makes you feel. I felt really insecure about breaking it because it was. You saw the metal body, I'm sure. With the brackets and the stuff all over it. It's you have to feel it to find all the different. There you go. Yeah, like you really have to feel out to find where those joints are. And for the longest time, Gramps, I think you were mentioning you can't get your feet to move forward or sit forward. It took me forever to figure that out. So. First impressions, it looked very like, I'm like, all right, this looks all right, but action figure guys are gonna fucking hate this. Casual fans are probably gonna like it, especially like 89 fans who are looking at the suit and like, wow, this really looks like the suit, like, from the behind the scenes and stuff. I think that the price point is get rid of that eyeball, that system. They were trying to copy Hot Toys. It didn't work. Everyone's is cross-eyed. No one has a good-looking side eye. Everyone that I've seen is cross-eyed. So I'm wondering how much money went into that. The two capes are both garbage in my opinion. Both capes, like it's impossible to get on the suit and look good without handling it for. And I got frustrated immediately trying to play with it. I was frustrated. I'm like, oh, this is really hard. Like my hands are so fat. Like, like my hands are so fat that I feel like I just can't fumble this thing. So first impressions, I'm like, action figure guys are gonna fucking hate this. Casual collectors are probably gonna like it because they're gonna take it out, put it on the shelf, take a couple photos. That's kind of it. But I knew it was gonna be like all over the place. People are gonna love it. People are gonna hate it. I don't know, man. For the price point, take off one of those head sculpts. Give us one cheaper cape, shave off like $50, and I think it maybe would be a little bit more worth it in my opinion.
So have you gotten your hips and legs to be able to pose? I mean,
Yeah.
I saw one where you got him to kind of take it. His legs at about a 30-degree forward bend.
He's taking a public bathroom shit. Is what I like. He's squatting above a toilet in that look. But after a while, after I handled him, after I played with him, I understand people's if you put him in the right lighting, if you pose him correctly, if you get some high quality shots in, he looks great. He looks great. Like, but you have to have so many different things in place for him to look great. You can't just take him out of the box and make him look good. And I think that's points against Mezco. You can't just take this guy out of a package and pose him and he's gonna look amazing. And he looks awkward, and you got to take like a lot of time for him to look good. So I don't think most casual. I don't know. I don't think most casual like collectors really think about that. Action figure guys fucking hate that. Like it takes work to make this guy look natural, But all that being said, I took a picture of the Mezco, the NECA, and the SH Figure Arts, all three of them next to each other. It's kind of undeniable. Like, in my opinion, yeah, he's a pain in the fucking ass of a figure, but I love how he looks. The likeness is really, really well done. The head sculpts are pretty well done. The suit, in my opinion, is pretty accurate. It's close to screen, accurate and the reality of what that suit was. I mean, Keaton in interviews, everything we're describing, he says it in interviews about the real suit. It's heavy. It's too bulky. I couldn't move in it. I couldn't bend in it. I couldn't piss in it. To Mezco's credit, I think they did their work there, but they just went too far into that direction. And yeah.
Why do you think? I mean, this is something so common with Keaton figures. Why is it so hard to capture that suit in a figure form?
Yeah, even this one, people were saying it would have been better instead of the full body rubber suit if they did the armored plates over a cloth suit, which is a little bit more. I mean, the actual suit it's a underneath like rubber, but there's plates on top of it that are kind of like allowing for more mobility in the joints. Excuse me. So yeah.
No, I mean, the upper torso, correct me if I'm wrong, it wasn't all one piece because
yeah, well, it's like a suit with like plates, chest plate, ab plate, shoulder plates, and then plates below the elbow on the gauntlets and gloves, and the legs too. It was just made to look seamless. Reeves would probably be a better guy to ask about that, but
right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think everyone's gonna go all over the place with this figure. Most people that I see are like the casual. I'm in a couple of Facebook groups where there's like just they're Keaton fans, right? And they're gonna buy whatever merchandise that is Keaton, and the majority of those guys love this figure. Like they love it. It looks like a mini hot toy. The accuracy is great. They don't give a shit about the cape. They don't give a shit about articulation. They're like, this thing looks amazing, right? And it's like, compared to what you have out there on the market, yeah, it's kind of expensive for casual fans, but for the price that you're paying, it is a little bit, it's kind of a higher quality of likeness to Keaton, But if you were to ask me, like, hey, I want to get an action figure, a Michael Keaton action figure, like, what should I get? I'm like, for the price, the NECA is probably like, you're not going to break the bank. They're what, like $50 on eBay, maybe a little bit more. you can get a. And you know what's funny too? I don't know if you guys have talked about this. I don't think I've talked to one person that says they love the cape. They're going to keep it. Everyone says they're going to go try to find like an aftermarket cape somewhere, a custom cape somewhere.
Oh, I've already bought one.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of regretting that because I'm like, I don't even know if I'm going to keep this, but I probably will. But I wish I'd waited. But what's crazy is you can go buy a quarter scale NECA 89 Keaton cheaper than what this costs from Mezco and probably get, a little bit more satisfaction out of it.
What's the is the market value over what the retail is? Is it? I haven't been paying attention.
No.
It's about 150 shipped.
Yeah, 150, 180.
180 probably.
Okay.
I've seen 200, but nobody.
I don't know.
I think the only reason why someone would pay third market is if they're someone like me just waiting for. Even though my pre-order converted, it's obviously hasn't shipped. So maybe if they just want it now, they want to pay an extra $50. But I think the market is flooded at the moment with it, right?
Oh, there's
around 6 per person. So that
Jesus.
Yeah, that was another issue. Is like I'm sitting here waiting, and this guys on Facebook group are flexing about. Look, I got my shipment of 6, and I'm like, God.
I can't believe how early I got mine, considering how long people are still waiting. Like, you guys, teases, you haven't gotten yours?
No, it's still in processing,
Jesus.
and they already took payment 2 weeks ago. So I'll probably write them an email. But I'm on the website now, and it's actually back on the wait list. So
they must.
I'm sure they'll do another wave. They I'm sure they have another batch once a certain amount of ones are shipped. I'm sure they'll have like a quick release.
I don't know.
They're going in alphabetical order.
Goddamn thing.
Are they?
The leg is stuck like this now.
I'll believe anything.
Where?
Like the fuck? I cannot move this leg.
Oh shit! You got to be ginger with it. Yeah.
Last night I got mine somehow stuck where the knee was going out sideways, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
What I love too that I saw early on was I love how this figure has helped with this like toxicity of it's just like you don't know how to light it. You don't know how to light it. You don't know how to photograph it. You don't know how to pose it. You know nothing about posing. If you knew how to pose, if you knew how to light, this figure would look amazing. It's like you're making the point as to why a casual fan probably wouldn't like getting this fucking figure. Like I should be able to go in, open it up. It's gonna look great no matter what. Like I shouldn't have to get mad about I get frustrated because I don't want to break the motherfucker, right? I just want him to move the way I want him to move, and he won't. And I'm like, I don't want to force it because I'm going to snap this thing. It's $150,
Took 3 years.
Yeah.
With inflation, that's like $250.
Yeah. Another thing too is, have you guys seen? I've seen a bunch of like cloth figures where they're split at the seams, but with this rubber suit, like how long is this going to really last for? How long is the suit going to be able to, when you're playing with it, when you're moving it around? The real Keaton suit, like that shit starts decaying over time quickly. So I don't know.
Right, I think the OG. I mean, I'm just guessing, but I'm assuming the OG is probably a foam suit. Where this is probably obviously rubber, but if it's coated, it's meant for a preservative, right? And I think the majority of people have altered it or wiped it off or put. I heard 3 things. Someone recently said they were using clear tape. Someone else was using Armor All. Someone was using like a 303 coating, which I guess is some kind of spray,
some kind of vinyl protectant.
Right. So to me, I'm like, man, if you combine that, eventually, I think it'll be a chemical reaction because rubber. With humidity, or think about your tires, or where it comes, whether it's cold, whether it comes in contact with water, humidity, it's gotta respond eventually, So it really depends on what that material is.
Yeah.
I would say if you're putting it up for a long time, you probably want to brush a little bit of cornstarch on it, just to keep it nice and not sticky.
I like to dip mine in some molasses.
And heat at 350 in the oven.
So you think those guys that are...
How did you get the cape on?
All right,
that's
so
what I need to know.
I'm probably never gonna take this cape off again because I got it on. I got it on twice though, so let's see if I can get the.
Is there video footage of this?
It's
a miracle.
So like, there's this notch in the back. I pushed that down first, and then I held it, and then with my other fingers, I just because the where it locks is right here and here on the side.
On the sides.
Jeez.
So if you hold that notch down and you just gotta get one in and then keep it leveraged and then pop the other one in.
That's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's so complicated. And even still, like when you put the head on, there's like some gaps.
Yeah,
that's gotta adjust.
That does look way better though. Just off. You can see little gaps, but still, that looks way better than what most people get it looking like.
Right. Yeah. You really have to work on it. It probably took me 5 minutes. But once you get it, like I'm not taking that off.
Yeah, and I've had it for 2 weeks. I've yet to be able to get the cape to sit properly. The only I go fuck it. I'm just gonna try to make it look flush. It's never been flush.
Yeah, and I think some of because I tried different heads, some of the heads are more stiff along the edges. So I think if you did like slightly heat that up and kind of form it to the body, that might help too. It's
like getting a pizza and you have to come home and you still got to bake it.
Exactly. I mean, for this price, we shouldn't have to work this hard to make this thing satisfy us and be entertaining.
Yeah,
it should be just set it and forget it for that price.
It's like Bill Burr. Bill Burr has that one joke where he's like, I go to a sandwich shop now and I go, can I get some mustard and mayonnaise? Oh, it's right over there. Help yourself. It's like, it's right over there. Help myself. Can I fucking tip myself too? Like, what the hell? Like, I come in here to get a sandwich that you make. Why am I working?
Yeah, when he's like, do you recognize me? No, that's because I don't fucking work here.
Yeah.
It's right over there. Just help yourself.
I pay 100% of the sandwich. You do 100% of the work.
Yeah. It's like that's that cape system. The cape system, all that stuff is like exactly what I'm talking about. Like, it's just a lot of work. Like, this figure is a lot of work for. It's very frustrating as someone. If you're opening this up, you want to put them, even just displaying them. Like, you have to fucking get things right. You know, you got to do some stuff. But I don't know. Like, what do you guys? I really think they could have shaved off. If it were up to me, I would say get rid of the eyeball sculpt, get rid of one of the capes. You know, put that money somewhere else, or just save it and don't charge so much. Because
I would have liked, I would sacrifice the eyeball, the derp head, for the nutcracker extender hand. You know, when the guy's flying at me.
A spatula.
Spatula. I would have liked to have that because that's actually in the movie versus some of
I thought they were given that.
So, Tom, as far as the accessories, there's a couple of things that I'm not sure what they are. First being this little silver square, looks like a belt buckle thing. Do you know what that is?
Let me see. Hang on. I want to see if I can. Are you holding it? Oh, why did my images go out? Give me 1 second.
No, I'm not holding it.
So one of them is supposed to be like the thing that after he shoots the gauntlet, it straps to his belt. Some of those have magnets where you can put it on the side. Oh, yeah. I don't know if people knew about that. A couple of those things are magnetized and can actually hook up to his belt.
Yeah. And then, is it true that the ninja star is from a deleted scene?
So the armory, there's a scene where Alfred is closing the armory where the suit is. And the inside of the door, if you stop it, and maybe it's from a deleted scene, the inside of the door has a bunch of stuff that's like molded into the door. Most of the accessories are in that door. So technically, yeah, like you could say it was from a deleted scene, but some of those were on the screen, but they were in that molded side door.
Okay. And the thing that looks like a butt plug, is that the mic that he talks to talk to the Batmobile, or is that
Well, he's got
Yeah.
there's a black rectangular piece where he goes shields. So there's a little black rectangular piece that's kind of like a microphone, and the clear ones, the clear butt plugs, those are the smoke bombs.
smoke bombs? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
That would have been kind of like a cool accessory, like some smoke. Like how we've gotten some Batman figures or some other figures that come with that smoke. Like if you were dropping the gas pellet, that would have been like a cool little
see,
add-on.
they could have done that instead of this fourth head.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of times, if you really do the math, the head sculpts are literally the same. They only have to modify one little piece, so it's really costing them not that much money, because the cowl is 70% of the whole sculpt.
Right.
So that's why they can make it so cheap. And then at a novice's glance, they're like, "Oh shit, they gave us 4 head sculpts. What a value!" It's really kind of just plain, but a small tweak.
Hmm.
Would have been amazing if they had a Keaton head, but we know how that goes.
Like I get what you guys are saying, but and that's to be honest, that's cute. But that doesn't solve the fucking problem. The eyes, get rid of the head sculpt with the eyes. That doesn't solve the problem. It
The cape's still a pain in
fucking
the
doesn't
ass.
move right.
Yeah.
And the cape is a pain in the ass. And this is a company that already did detachable capes very well.
Mm-hmm.
So I was messing. So I have this other rubber body, like this custom Harley Quinn, which I can't get to focus right now, of course.
Put your hand behind it.
Yeah.
Oh,
There we go.
There you go.
Nice.
So this was a broken Mezco. I repurposed it, put it on a Fiken silicone, whatever you call that body. And I will say it is a lot easier to move. It's way easier to move. Now there's not as many like articulation points, and that's probably why. So that's my best guess, because everything is pretty solid and the rubber is a lot softer versus Keaton, but he also is a lot thicker in general. So.
I'm already looking or wondering, someone's going to come up with a replacement buck body for this because they're just tired of messing with it. And I'm wondering how that can be done.
But Gramps, isn't that you're basically talking about a whole new figure, right?
brain transplant.
Pretty much, you're basically having to spend money
that
to make
point.
the one figure that you bought for so
'Cause
much money.
The only thing you could reuse is accessories.
I could see someone taking off the boots, gauntlets, like all that, all of that, and putting it on like one of those TB League figures and painting it black somehow, or dyeing the. I don't know how you would dye the skin.
I cannot get this leg to go back. I really did it now. It's just out there. Like the arms function perfect.
Yeah, that was my biggest thing with the legs is for the first probably week I was like, I guess I'm just never gonna fucking articulate this guy's legs. And then once I started seeing people posting their funny photos of like all the different poses they can get them in, I was like, okay, now I'll get a little brave. I'll just run my hand against I'll run my hands against the articulated joints that I could see. And then I was able to kind of, okay, yeah, he can go forward, he can go back. I got to remember how he did that again. And then I would see like in comments, I'd be like, these guys just don't know how to articulate their figures. They have no experience. It's like, oh my God, guys, shut the fuck up. You just have no experience with articulating it's like, I've never fucked a figure. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Like, sorry I haven't shoved it up my ass and known exactly every way of experiencing this figure.
Yeah, I saw one guy literally got his into like a crouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I saw somebody else did the
Now get him out of it.
Jean Claude Van Damme
Oh.
splits in between the boxes.
Yeah,
I didn't
that was-
understand
I
that
know
at first,
exactly
but now
what
I'm
that
like,
was.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
Jean-Claude
that's all
Van
the
Damme.
figure can do out of the box. The legs go sideways. Yeah, that's great. Nice, awesome.
oh man. Yeah.
but yeah, all things considered, if you guys get your proper lighting, if you get your proper posing, if you spend 45 minutes on the cape, it's a phenomenal looking figure.
Put it in one pose and then leave it forever.
Yeah.
Probably what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
for that, I could have bought a fucking statue.
well,
I'm
for
just
the
happy I don't
price.
have these problems.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should be. You lucked out.
All right, well, that's enough talk about that thing. In other '89 Batman news, I mean, here's something that actually was pretty cool. NECA kind of surprised us all with releasing this utility belt replica. And here's what's really cool: they really know their audience because it like has an expandable waistband up to like size 50.
51. That means it'll fit me.
Size 51, really?
Yeah.
I'm glad. Yeah, that means I can fit it too. That I was about to say it because I thought I heard someone say like 30 size 30-inch because that makes sense because of Keaton, he was a small dude, and I was like, oh, they're fat shaming me.
Yeah. But I mean, this is really cool. It comes with all these little components.
Yeah, people were saying that like it's some of those things are made up, and they're not like screen. That was from the '89 Batman fan Facebook that I saw where they're like, "What do you guys think that it's not screen accurate? They're just kind of shut the fuck up.
Who cares?
Buy it or don't. It's fucking sweet. Look at it.
I mean, look at that. And it comes with the grapnel gun and
Yeah.
a batarang.
That's cool for like people who couldn't find them the first time, you could just buy everything all at once.
It's also
That's
great
how they
for
get you.
people that couldn't fit the first one.
That's it. That's how they get you.
How's the quality on their replica stuff?
Very. It's. I wouldn't take it out, and it's like light plastic, but it still looks fucking cool on the shelf.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Let me see.
Batarang.
I think we should
Nothing
get
of
it and just wear it around the con. Wear it around whatever con we go to.
Well,
Where it to
actually,
work.
The
Where's
cape
work?
will fit on backwards, so that's a win.
I thought I had mine here, but I guess I don't. But yeah, when it first came out, I forget what we were recording, what episode we were recording, but Gramps was introing me, and I shot my grapnel right at my camera,
yeah, I remember
and it
that.
actually got stuck on the curtains behind my window, and I couldn't, like, it fucking worked. Like, I grapneled the curtains on the window, so.
I got the real one.
So
Yeah.
what's the price
You
on
weigh a
that
little
thing?
more than 108.
What's the price on the belt?
Yeah, mute.
Look up the
Teaser's on
website.
mute. TZ, you're on mute.
Sorry, I think it's 135.
Yeah,
I
it
could be
sounds about
wrong,
right.
but it's somewhere in that realm.
Because you're getting basically, like you said, Dunk, two of the things that have already come out, which were $25 each, I think, right? And then
I do have an issue with the Batarang. When it first came out, when I bought 10 of them for like everyone, it was $14.99. And then now if you go to Walmart, it's whatever, 29.48 or whatever. And
wow,
I'm like, I really lucked out getting everyone because I remember charging everyone just the $15 plus shipping. Anyone who needed one, and I was like, wow, like everyone got a discount with the shipping at that time.
That was an introductory limited price. That's why.
That's what happens my first find. I was like, I just took the whole box. I'm out.
Gramps, is that Louie just absolutely giving you a hard time back there?
Well, I've got both of them.
Oh, I
I've
was like,
got Louie and Posh. Can you hear her?
I could hear one. I thought it was Louie. Yeah, I can hear her like complaining about something, or she's
Yeah.
snoring.
She snores,
Keaton.
but her snores are like Little whines, little whimpers.
Yeah, I thought Louis was whining.
No, he's pretty quiet, but
So he
That's
passes
funny.
gas.
she like does this little whimper thing. It's pretty cute actually.
Yeah. Boys, thank you for having me on. I gotta head back and get ready for tomorrow. But thanks
right,
for
Tom,
having me on. Yeah, death to the Mezco Batman.
We need your rating though. Out of 5, what can we rate this on?
In-N-Out burgers.
5 In-N-Out burgers. What do you give it?
Okay, out of 5 In-N-Out burgers, I would probably give it a. This is me being a very unbiased.
Don't pull any punches. Don't give us this nostalgia bullshit.
I know. I would say like, because I think my original was an. I would say 3.5 out of 5.
I know it.
Yeah,
that's pretty high.
Pretty high, yeah. Well, that's because like personally, even like even with all its gripes, even with all the gripes I have with it, I can't deny that like when I look at pictures of it or when I look at it in my hand in the right pose, in the right way, you know, it looks fucking great sometimes. So I can't deny that. So, but again, like the price is, you could have shaved so much money off and saved with getting rid of a bunch of things but regardless, it looks yeah. So
3-5 In-N-Out burgers. Okay.
Yeah.
Get off our show.
All right, boys. Have a good one.
With no buns.
Later.
All right. Oh yeah, we didn't get to everyone else's ratings. Teasus, you're kind of at a disadvantage because you don't have yours yet.
I guess we're done with the belts as well.
Yeah.
The one thing I did want to say about the belt, which is kind of cool, is that the pellets are actually removable.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I don't mean to jump around, but yeah, like that was I was kind of surprised that, you know, it was just like a nice little study and attention to detail. So, and like we see, it comes with those, you know, batarangs, the grapnel gun, and obviously they click into the belt. So I think for display purposes, this is definitely a stellar piece. It does look a little plasticky, but I think for the price, you get to really kind of deconstruct this piece and maybe play around with, you know, how you want to display it, which is pretty sick. So
yeah,
I think it's a must-have. Like Dunk said, I think it's a little repetitive, but at this point, I think the batarangs are so out of production that they're not in mainstream stores that chances are you wouldn't be able to find this again consistently, you know. So
man,
overall, I think it's a pretty good value.
They are milking the Keaton return.
Yeah, I mean, just talk about timing. The timing has been pretty good, not only for Mezco, because if you really think about this whole, you know, the movie's dropping in June. All of a sudden, Mezco were shipping these out the second this trailer dropped. People were getting notifications, and I'm like, man, this.
I told you guys.
To me, you know what I mean?
That they told them to wait and hold this off probably for another year. We probably could have had this figure a year ago.
Could be. I mean, I think a lot of it was QC, but who knows? You know.
Who knows?
But it's here. It's over. Hopefully that opens up the floodgates for just more Keaton figures where, you know, obviously people are jumping on McFarlane and people have their gripes. I think the McFarlane suit I think people could be happy with for the money. Obviously they don't love the unmasked version, but I think the suit one is going to be.
I haven't found one in the wild yet. I'm looking forward to
it. No, it comes out like April 15th. So.
Oh, okay.
From Target, at least. I don't know I think GameStop might have them a little early.
Yeah.
But Target, you can probably, if you want to go on their website that day of release, you'll probably be able to order one that day.
You know what's crazy is I will probably get more entertainment out of that $20 figure than this one right here. Yeah, because I can move it.
Right. I mean, I know you're going to repaint it. You're going to, you're gonna mess with it because it's $20. There's no guilt. It's a guilt-free pleasure. You're having fun.
No, I can move it. It will
And you can move
function.
Yeah.
That's all I need. I need it to function. I don't. With this, I don't know. Well, let's get off that one. I'll put it back in its box.
I can't even do that. No, I'm fucked.
So we have theories about the Keaton why it was delayed, but what about the Mr. Freeze? Because that's been almost just as long.
Yeah,
It is. Yeah.
They'll probably do like we're gonna find out that Mr. Freeze is gonna be the villain at the new Batman movie, and then they'll release it.
Yeah, that one has surprised me. Jeez.
I don't know. I'm getting worried about that one too. I like I was telling Grumps, I've kind of struck out on my last two Mezco deliveries. The Keaton and then the Man of Steel, Superman Man of Steel. I did not like that one. Part of it.
What didn't you like about it?
One, it's almost like they used the Wolverine body. He's short.
Too short. Yeah.
He stands below every Batman that I have. He should be the same height or maybe even a little taller. And then as far as the suit, they changed a lot with what they sold you and then what you got. And I don't like the chest symbol. Looks like one of those apply on water tattoos, fake tattoos that you just put on. It looks so cheap.
That's called a tampo. It's kind of like it's almost like a sticker at that point. It's a tampo. It's like a water-based print that is super cheap.
Super cheap. And then what sucks is that I can actually the clear adhesive kind of sticks outside of the red border. So I can see that on mine.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then I've got, this is out of the box, a snag on his pec, so it looks like a nipple. And then the cape is super short. Like, maybe to the knees. So I've already ordered a replacement suit. But everything else is really cool. I love the head sculpts. I love the light up eyes.
Yeah, that's cool.
The accessories are great. It's just another figure that I've got to spend more money on to make it work for me.
I sold mine. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Gotham the Gaslight.
That's another one. Jeez, I forgot about that. I have that.
I definitely did it. I think that's my last pre-order, and then I got that three set with Flash, black suits, and Batman, and I'm like, I think I'm done after that. Like, you really have to wow me for me to order something from Mezco right now.
That's fair.
Yeah, it is fair. It seems like they do really good with their own properties. Like, I love this Death Adder guy. He's really cool.
Yeah.
I feel like the focus for them has shifted towards that stuff, and that's all they really care about.
Higher price points. Yeah, higher price points. It's made up. It's their property,
Yeah, 100%.
There's really no expectation behind that.
Yeah, there's no royalties. So
yeah.
The money stays in the house.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been able to kind of lower the price a little bit, of course, but I don't think it's a bad trade-off because they do give you a lot more with their properties. It just comes down to your preference, I guess.
Yeah.
Because some of them are really cool. Like, they've kind of got my attention, where I think this year I bought a lot more generic Mezco. And I think it's taken the ease off of the whole hype over the skulls. I think people have calmed down with buying the skulls, and they've been able to get these other characters that are mashup characters.
Well, they released the skulls 3 times now, so
yeah,
that helped. I just think, obviously, Rumble Society is not going to keep the lights on. This should,
There's a reason why there's so many Batman figures.
Yeah.
Same with
This
McFarlane.
shit feeds
Sells,
that.
man. It sells. Like, what else you gonna do?
All the license, Batman, Spider-Man, Wolverine.
You guys pick up anything else in the last month?
Hold on.
Okay.
This is out of 5 fucking
Okay.
trash cans. This is 2 trash cans.
Why so high?
I know, right? I should put 1.5 trash cans. But it is like, I agree with what Tom was saying, and even what Levi was saying. It does look nice if you could ever get it functioning. Yeah. But no, this I can't do this cave. Like, been playing with action figures my whole life.
Levi, how many what can we do for you? Oh. How many Long John donuts?
Oh geez.
Levi and I have this tradition before we go to conventions.
Every
stop by the little local donut shop place and load up before we go. So how many Long John donuts you give this figure?
I think I'm with Tom. I'm gonna give it 3.5 because as far as my expectations, I really just wanted something really nice, not as big as a Hot Toys that I could stick on a shelf. So
that's good. I'm glad you're happy with it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you're just staring at it, it's fine,
Yeah.
Once you start moving it around, that's when the problems happen. So
when you start moving it around, well, I'd really like to know when that starts because I'm going to give him about a 1.
Oof,
man,
that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's how unhappy I am with this because 3 years, $150, and I got nothing that I can work with. I may be able to use a head sculpt here and there, but other than that, I don't even want to watch the '89 Batman movie at this point. I don't want it. It put that bad of a taste in my mouth.
You don't want any reminders.
No.
Guess you're not watching the Flash movie.
3 years, 2 months, 1,100 days, 38 months.
Gramps, if you throw it out, let me know when your trash day is, and I'll try.
All right, well.
Don't know anybody that did that.
I tell you one thing that I have been enjoying, which was much cheaper, is Boreas from Mythic Legions.
Oh, yeah.
This big old stallion.
Is he fully articulated?
Fully articulated.
Wow. Get the legs back.
And he comes with a hairpiece that, he's got a hairpiece that you put a separate on it. Looks like he's, riding in the wind, galloping. But this dude is awesome.
Let me put this piece.
Taking any DKR pics with it?
That will be the intent. I just got to have some time. But yeah. Teasus, did you get this, dude?
I did not.
Oh.
Charles was kind of mentioning that to me, that it pairs up well with the Mafex DKR, because we were both talking about like the new set, how definitely we can justify getting another DKR Mafex with the horse, where we have I have McFarlane, and that looks like it's a better companion piece to the Mafex.
This dude may be a little too big for Mafex. Now he scales perfectly with the McFarlane 7-inch.
I put my Animal Warrior Kingdom guy on.
Oh yeah, you got a whole wave of those dudes.
Oh yeah, I love it.
The Mafex horse isn't articulated though, right?
No.
It has to have some movement.
No,
it's not a full body either, right? Is
What?
it? I don't remember.
The fuck?
Shit, for that price, man, I think it was $125.
I don't know if it was just the front
Better
upper
fucking
torso. Or, I
Walk
don't
as an
know.
own. The fuck?
I
It
thought
was
it looked.
pre-posed.
Yeah, I thought it was just a pre-posed horse,
Yeah.
you know, standing up, and the figure comes off, and you can do that. But the figure is just a repaint of one that they've already released. I'm waiting for them to do the dark blue with the big solid bat logo. That'll be the next one that they do.
They need to stop messing up these logos, man. It just takes away from the whole beauty of the
What logo?
figure.
Oh,
They keep putting on the wrong Batman logo for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like the way that figure looks, though. The black really looks good. I don't need another one.
Yeah, at this point, I think I'm at 3. So it's like, do you need a 4th DKR one? You know, it's really the same thing.
I guess I'm the only one that pre-ordered it. Right.
Oh, you did? Well,
not even Gramps pre-ordered. Wow.
Let us know how it looks when you get it in.
Give everyone FOMO.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, actually, the figure looks great. Wrong logo.
I thought this horse was black, right, Gramps? Didn't we have that conversation?
Yeah, I thought he was black too, but he's actually kind of gray. He's got like, they call him what, a blue, which is, he's got shades of gray and shades of darker gray. But yeah, he's fully articulated and looks great. I would recommend picking him up before he sells out. I know he's still for sale on a big retail site. It's fun. I'm trying to get you all hooked on Mythic Legions so you can feel my pain. Levi needs some.
Man, I'm trying to decrease the amount of lines I'm working with right now.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Mafex Batman, and that sucks. It's pretty much a statue.
The horse
with the peg on it. Yeah, looks cool. Looks cool, but it's just like for that price for a Big Bad Toy Store is selling it for $165. No value there, you know.
The horse pose is it's very similar to, what was it, Prime 1? Or Sideshow? I've got it back there.
Yep.
Just the black horse on its hind legs. Yeah, I mean, it looks great, but I wish it was articulated.
Agreed. Yeah, it looks like Grumps picked up some McFarlane.
I haven't seen any of those.
I haven't either.
Freezes.
I think
this
I have.
I ordered direct from McFarlane's store. The Superpowers color variant. And then this one I got from Target.
I'll have to check Target out, I guess.
Oh, speaking of Batman figures I can't move. We have another.
You know what, though? He's more articulated than 89 Mezco.
Yeah, you could at least get the legs to move. And
I told myself I wasn't gonna buy this one because I already had like the
original
DC direct. Yeah, but then when I saw him, I was like, I gotta have that.
Can't leave it on the shelf. My ear is wonky.
Oh yeah,
and it's big. I mean, this thing is.
That's still a great looking figure.
Yeah.
Well, $20.
$20.
Yeah, that's really solid for 20.
Did any of you guys pick up the Mafex Huntress?
This guy did.
No.
Grumps did.
Grumps did. This girl I love
legs.
this could be this could definitely be a candidate for Fig of the Year.
Wow.
It does look pretty good. I'm always a fan of Huntress.
Yeah, and I mean, the sculpt is perfect. And I mean, this is like the Jim Lee version, right?
Yeah.
And Jim Lee really draws female characters really well. And the suit is great. The figure works great. The cloth cape works great. She's got some really long legs, like Grump said. She's got supermodel long legs.
Yeah. But once you get past that, it's a beautiful figure.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy with it.
Comes with 2 different head sculpts, kind of a static stoic face and then a mean fighting face. Comes with a lot of hands.
Yeah. You have to give her a crossbow though. She doesn't come with her crossbow weapon.
Oh, that's true.
Wonder how that happened.
I'm sure you got.
Yeah, that's weird.
A couple crossbows.
Huh.
I want to hop in before I actually last week I grabbed 2 Joker figures.
From what line?
I got the Death of the Family. It's a little hard to see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's kind of, to me, I've been waiting for this one for a long time. The Capullo. It looks pretty good. I think the most prominent thing is you can kind of see that diaper. Just like everything. So
Just thinking about picking that one up.
Yeah. The paint apps look pretty good. They could be, they could have been molded a little better, but I think, like we said, for $20, we waited for this one. I hope they do like a Joe's Garage one. I think that'd be really cool.
Okay.
He's like, if they haven't done that already, I don't know. Maybe DC directed it.
Somebody did, yeah.
And then the other one was the Guillaume March Joker, based on the Joker series.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like an anime character. He still looks kind of different. It kind of throws me off that they label, as a comic fan, you see these boxes and I feel like they just don't connect with the artwork. Like this could have been the actual comic cover, and this is definitely like another Joker.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't really like give the artist proper credit, but
yeah.
And then they call it Infinite Frontier. What's that? You know what I mean? Like that's no correlation to like the Joker. So they do such a deep dive, and they get these like very specific versions of these characters, but they're not consistent with the execution. So to me, it kind of falls short as a collector, but for $20, it's like, all right, fine. You get another Joker figure. You can put them up with, the 85 other Batman figures that we have. So to me, it's still a win, but it seems a little lazy. But that's what it is for $20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's about it. I've been kind of holding back on a lot of other purchases. I haven't really gone nuts. I'm waiting for, Batman 89. Grumps has what's his name? Warduke.
Warduke.
Yeah, Neck I think has shown some really great span with these other fantasy characters and things that are, D&D is always popular, but I think they've kind of knocked it out the park. They've showed some more range with these. To me, these are more homage figures, right, to back in the day.
Yeah.
Colorways and more retro toy looking ones, but with more updated molds and stuff. So it looks fucking sick. And I think for the value, Mythic Legions, you get pretty good value for $40, but for $30, you get way more from NECA. The blazing swords, you get all these. Did it come with anything else? Like
it just. Dude,
I think I have
a lot. I was surprised. Like one thing that I really liked was this sheath, I guess, hanging on by this little chain.
It's cool.
I thought that was such a nice touch.
That shield is really
Look at
sick.
that shield, man.
Yeah.
That's NECA.
Yeah, NECA.
Wow.
The sword effect is pretty sweet. I mean, we've seen it with other companies before, but
Yeah.
um,
I think,
Nah,
for the
this is
$32 retail or 34, I don't think anyone complains about what they get. I think you get loaded up. There's a lot of good details. And I think the facial sculpts are the best compared to like a value brand like McFarlane or
yeah.
I'm not being biased or anything. I'm just saying.
No,
No, you're right.
you guys were mentioning the NECA Batman before, which I have, but I never opened, so
Same.
I never actually handled it. But I would like to see them NECA today make that figure again, and I think it would be amazing.
I would love that.
Unfortunately it'll never happen again because McFarlane has that on lock. NECA gets the rights for these like very special event things like SDCC. Like years ago, they did like the Predator set and they did the Green Lanterns and all that stuff. But it's a one and done. They've done the Arkham games.
They got the license for Keaton just because they were releasing it with
a
the Blu-ray.
DVD. Yeah,
that's how they.
So that was it was a Toys R Us exclusive.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a shame, and they have the rights to the quarter scales. So that's why you saw the release in the Batman '89, and then they re-released the Batman '66. So
yeah,
again, it's such a niche market. Like, how many quarter scales can you have?
Yeah.
They're overwhelming. They're really amazing pieces, and like you said, for $150, it's almost like a hybrid statue, and the detail's great, but the articulation is minimum, if not.
What's interesting about that 12 scale 89 Keaton, it's like it's actually a mask on top of a sculpted head underneath. Like, I've seen someone take off the mask and it's a Keaton face under there. Wow. So yeah.
But with no hair, right?
No hair.
Yeah, no hair.
No hair.
Yeah.
I've never taken mine off. I've got one out and one in the box, but I'd love to see if they could remake that, because I mean that still is the bar for the Keaton figures. I would play with that and pose that one, take more photos of that one versus what we got here this week. It's true. It works for me. I can make it work. I can make it do things. But
yeah, I mean, just like Tom said, I mean, you have different intentions. You don't want a movie prop in your hand. You want to like do stuff with it, or maybe put it in a shot where it's a storytelling element, but you don't want to feel like you have a mini Keaton in your pocket. Like, it's cool that it's rubber, but how long is that really? How far is that taking you?
I'm like, how long is it going to take me to pose this thing and get it in a pose to take a shot versus the NECA? It's going to take me a long time.
Yeah, it's pretty much night and day. Yeah.
And it already takes me a long time to get any shots because I'm not, a very comparable photographer, but it's going to take a lot longer to get this dude to work and something I can use versus, this Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones, $25 figure. I can make this thing work for me and get 4 photos out of it versus in the time it takes me to get one out of that.
Were you happy with that figure?
Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
I love these. I got the whole first wave.
I'm
going to get all of them.
A lot of guys at work just didn't like the height and the proportions of the head.
Why?
Because it's small.
Small?
And if you open up the vest,
Oh, aren't
and if
they?
you open up the
No,
vest,
they're
it doesn't match.
they're the same height as a Marvel Legends.
They
Okay.
are,
They're the
they were
same
like Black
height as
Series.
Star Wars Black Series.
Okay, so I guess they're on par.
Yeah,
And I guess for $25, I think the price is right.
and look, I mean, you get what's his name, Major Coat, with his melting face and a top hat that you can remove, and I can use this top hat for other figures, or I can use him as kind of a gangster in a Batman photo.
Getting stabbed in the chest by
Yeah. I got Sala, this dude. I mean, how many times do you get a figure that looks this good? You know, a guy in a turban. This is a army builder right here. I may get like 4 of these guys. You know, it's great.
You need like Nightmare Batman up in that scene, just crushing faces in the desert.
I mean, yeah, and they're coming out with all of those. They're coming out with short round and all that, and then
Dr. Jones.
Look, how cool is this? You can build Ark of the Covenant. That is so cool.
I never saw
Gramps, you got to match that up where he's stealing something from a tomb, and then the mummy wakes up and gets fucking pissed.
You read my mind.
That's a must.
I just ordered a diorama this week, so I can do that.
Uh-oh.
And then you got Grumps talking me into buying these little diorama rocks.
Oh man!
Talk about that.
So bad.
Talk about that.
Oh, I felt horrible. Where's my rock? Where's my rock?
This is a funny story.
Is it buying rocks,
So
man?
whatever. Sometimes you're scrolling fucking Amazon and they'll show something. So I saw this dial piece and it said for 1/6 scale figures. So I was like, 1/6. All right, that would be just a cool rock to have in the background for 112, right? You put it would look massive with the fucking 112 figure. And I showed it to Gramps and
it was like $18, right? $18.
Yeah, $18 whatever. And I think you ordered it before I did. So I was like, oh shit, all right, let me order it. And you got it before I got it. And yeah, it's not.
It's
How
tiny.
big is it? I mean,
it's probably not even for 112 figures. It's probably for like 118. This is like something you'd put in a fish tank.
118 would look great with that.
But I mean, I was thinking I was going to use it for like my Thundercats with like Lion-O standing up on here. Lion-O, this thing looks like nothing that I can do.
I felt awful. And
I
didn't even get mine.
Lionel's gonna put a step up there just so he can get his boots cleaned.
Yeah.
Literally, I was like,
Well, I mean, Gramps, you could do Indiana Jones, placing, something that he's about to steal.
Steal? He's not a thief.
Well,
he's an archaeologist.
He discovers, Yeah.
He could discover kryptonite if you want to do like a cross universe thing.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, what did I get? I got something. Hold on, let me find it.
I didn't even get it. Gramps showed it to me. I was like, fuck, I'm returning that shit. Fuck that. Then
You can have like someone getting beheaded.
Oh, that's true. That's an option, yeah.
What did I do with it?
Use a sword to behead someone on that shit.
Don't get in dark, man. What the fuck?
I got so much stuff. It's anyway. I wanted to show you guys something. We'll show you guys, and I'm glad Levi's on here.
4 birds with one stone.
I gotta put this.
Look at this thing.
Oh man.
Is Louis sleeping in there?
Yes, insane.
Dude, this thing is heavy.
You're over there breaking
You
a
had the
sweat.
figures inside it.
No, this is the second time I've taken it out of the box.
Oh,
But I mean,
Gramps' hands are shaking.
Yeah,
it's
he's not too to sleep on the couch anymore. He has to sleep in that.
Louis could ride this thing. If I put an engine on this thing,
put an engine.
this thing is literally almost bigger than my lawnmower.
I was about to say that looks like it can cut your lawn.
That's how. If I could make that happen, that'd probably make the wife happy because she's just like, "Where are you putting that thing?" But then,
Number one question.
And then Gramps, and then Gramps is like, "Where am I not putting this thing?"
Fucking, just every day move it to a different spot.
Yeah, I'll put it wherever I want to put it.
Like, you know, Thanksgiving, you have it on your table as like a little centerpiece.
Yeah,
Put the fruit in it.
Pop the hood. Pop the hood for the gravy station.
oh. That's actually a great idea.
Just dip it in. Dip it in.
It holds all the bread and all the sides.
Come on, Gramps. Put it away. It's boxed. Put it away.
Wait, did you have two of those?
No.
Oh, it looked like it was a factory sealed box.
No, they packed it up just now.
It'll probably be another 3 years before you take it out, huh?
I like the accessories too much.
That's true.
What am I gonna do with it? Those batarangs are awesome.
Could use them with other figures.
Yeah. I still have that what was it? Sovereign Knight Batman, I think they did with the black and it's a Keaton looking suit.
Yeah.
I remember that. Dunk has that too.
Oh, you know what, Gramps? Hold on, let me show you. Did I show you these? I don't think I had.
What is that? Super 7?
Snake Eyes. Yeah.
It looks like Snake Eyes foot soldiers from Turtles.
Animated Snake Eyes.
That's cool.
Oh, the Super 7.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Those look straight out of the cartoon.
Yeah. They're pretty nice.
That's a whole other rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I had to stop at the Joes for now until Shipwreck comes. Then I'm back in.
Duke.
Oh man, he looks awesome. Is that Super 7?
Yeah. Yeah, for what they are, they're nice. They move right out of the box, so that's hopeful.
That's the new bar that
Yeah.
said.
And the joints move at all.
How much are those? The Super 7s?
55.
Okay.
So they're pricey, but
But
I
they
just
move.
wanted a couple. Yeah, but they move.
It's less than half the price of Keaton. So
Yeah, I would take a Super 7 Keaton for sure.
That'd be interesting. See what they did with it.
I like those Super 7 Conans. They're putting out a King Conan.
Yeah.
I have that on pre-order.
Is that the one that has the snake head?
It's the one with the throne. It's like bearded Arnold, and he has a throne that you have to buy separately, of course. So
I'm looking forward to my Cliff Burton from Metallica and Lemmy, and then who was the other one? I think I ordered ODB.
Dirty.
Yeah. I think they also have Biggie Smalls too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like what they do. That's another like what Teaser said. That's another rabbit hole that you can deep dive in.
That's why I didn't get the Mezco G.I. Joes, because I was like, I've got one wave of Super 7. I'll probably get a couple more, and then I'm rolling on the Hasbros. I don't need a third line. I'm doing Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow because they're ninjas, but outside of that, Roadblock and the rest, I'm not doing them.
I may get that what's his name, Firefly,
Mm-hmm.
just because he looks like a generic baddie that
Yeah.
you can pose next to somebody. Maybe that Huntress can kick his ass or something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing some shots with her because she just looks really good, and that purple is just gonna pop.
Yeah.
With that light, I just know that those are gonna be some fun photos. All right, well, I think we can put a pin in it right there.
Yeah.
So overall, Mezco Keaton equals that. Tease us. I hope you enjoy it when it comes in.
Yeah.
Not to discourage you.
I'm gonna end up liking it. I already know it.
Okay.
You'll like it in the box.
Yeah.
I like how Dunk is just like throwing in jabs. Everyone's like, I have no skin in this game. I don't care.
I got an additional $150 in my pocket.
Yeah.
Smartest man in the room right now. Yeah. So, yeah. Overall, took 3 years, but not every one of them is going to be a home run.
Yeah. It showed up.
You know what? Yeah, it showed up. That's all I got to say about it.
There are a lot of people that do like it, but again,
it's over, and we could move on from it. And that's that.
Closure. You got closure.
Yeah.
I love Mezco. I still buy a lot of their products. Shoot, they put up 3 pre-sales probably in the last month. I bought every one of them. It just, I don't know. I don't know why Keaton is so hard to do. And it's not just Mezco. It just seems like a lot of companies just can't get that likeness or the functionality with that version of Batman. I don't know what's so hard about it, but apparently it is.
I think Tom was onto something though by saying they went exactly off of the suit, and the suit was not designed to be seen in anything other than the movie with the way it was lit, and it was mostly in dark. Yeah. I don't think they really thought about 40 years later of action figure how it would look.
Yeah, I think also maybe Mezco's intent was they didn't want to see the joints like with the NECA, which for what it is, that doesn't bother me. I don't care if I can see a joint in certain places on action figures because I understand that's just how it's going to have to be for them to have any type of articulation. But they like he said, they really tried to do a Hot Toys version, and I think they struck out. Too bad. On to the next.
I would love to see them do like partial silicone bodies, like with Wolverine. Maybe just do arms, because the arms seem to work fine, and that might be cool. But
yeah, that'd kind of be cool to kind of have that real skin type of look and texture to it. You're right.
Yeah, but I have a feeling they're not going to keep going with this the way Keaton's turned out. So. Or at least the backlash.
I hope not. I hope they get the message very clear. Mezco, we love you, but this is just not functionally, efficient. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for joining. This is episode 35, Grumps and Gramps. Give us a rate, review, comment. Levi, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Thanks, good to see you.
You too.
Teasus, Dunk, thank you.
Bleep.
All right. Believe us.
Throw it in the trash.